All right, good morning. Welcome to Saturday, May 7th. Good to see you this morning. Today's reading will be 1 Chronicles Chapter 17, Psalm 2, Psalm 110, Psalm 16, and then we'll finish up with 1 Chronicles Chapter 18. Going to be some fun reading today, I think. All right, so 1 Chronicles Chapter 17, Nathan the prophet, David wants to build the temple. Nathan says go for it, and he wasn't right there. Then God comes back, tells Nathan, we talked about this, about a month ago. Look where I brought you from. All the things he said, also to tell him he couldn't build the temple. Notice the prophetic there, shall be moved no more. We know it's going to move again. So this is prophetic referring to the millennium. Many times throughout Scripture, a prophecy has more than one fulfilling. Here is the case, it says one of your sons, and it says establish his throne forever. Now, it's talking about Solomon, and the throne of David will be established, but it's also referring to Christ and his throne. And then God reminds him, hey, you want to build me a house, that's nice, you can't build me one, but I'll tell you what, I will build you one. And then we see David's prayer, humility, realizing what God's done for him. Psalm chapter 2, great one. Now, it's interesting. The New Testament refers to Psalm chapter 2. People say that the chapters aren't inspired. Acts chapter 13, verse 33 says this, God hath fulfilled the same scripture unto us, their children, and that he hath raised up Jesus again, as is also written in the second psalm. And then it quotes it, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. So it's interesting. I don't know what you do with that when you say that the chapters aren't inspired. They might not be. It is referring to a psalm. Just interesting. Thank God. But look at the last part of that verse there. Kiss the Son. That sums up everything. How do we trust? Kiss the Son. How do we submit to Christ? Submit to, kiss the Son. People are refusing to do that. That's their problem. You want to fix everything? Kiss the Son. Now, somebody else might not be, and that might be ruining it for you. But remember, the best thing you can do, kiss the Son. Psalm 110 is also a messianic psalm. It refers to Jesus, and Jesus quotes it. Luke refers to it. Hebrews refers to it. Here we are in the Old Testament, just blatantly speaking about Christ. Psalm 16. Do you ever read these and wonder about the blindness of Israel? How can you read Psalm 16? Look at verse 10. All right, back to 1 Chronicles Chapter 18. The bug that is the Philistines is finally gone. Well, they're still going to show up a couple more times here in a couple chapters, but largely, this is kind of, they've already started their downfalls, we already saw, but it's continuing here, but they just won't give up. And then we're seeing here nations are being subdued. We're going to have a couple chapters of war. Hope you're enjoying the Bible reading. I tell you what, with this, I have paid attention to the Psalms this time around more than I ever have. When I was in college, I remember Dr. Evans always saying, study the Psalms, study the Psalms. I've also heard it taught that, the Psalms don't mean as much to you unless you're in some sort of distress somewhere in your life, and I don't know if that's the case. But I appreciate that we do these videos, that people tune in. It's worth my while if nobody does, but it does make it a little bit easier that people do. So again, I appreciate you, and looking forward to tomorrow already. Have a great day. Look at that nose update.